चिकित्सा नेत्र विज्ञान।
City of Coimbatore rejoiced. So this has been a big dream run. Many of the people in the audience may want to know more about you, and I think I am very fortunate to be the person who can echo their feelings and ask you these questions. So let us start with your journey, sir. This has been a dream run. But what started it? I heard Dr. Radha say, the beginning is to find a cause, a passion. But did you have this passion when you were a medical student also? Because all medical students feel that they want to be a super specialist and to practice well. So when did this change occur? When did you go into service at this?
Thank you, Dr. Rajasekaran. It's indeed an honor to be kind of interacting with a person like you. Yes, all of us do have our expectations, our dreams, our desire. As a student in the school, I was fascinated by my father and I said, I'll take up the medical profession. Well, at that time, trying to get into the medical school, there was a lot of issues. I couldn't get the admission for the first couple of years, then got it. And as I joined the medical school, unfortunately, I lost my father. But I continued with my course and I did well. I had to come back to Coimbatore. I remember my professor of medicine, Dr. Chari, telling me that as the best outgoing student, you should join post-graduation in medicine here and then go on to specialize cardiology, which was my favorite. But destiny had different plans for me, so I had to come back. And having come back along with Radha, I established a memorial clinic in the name of my father, did well. And then with the Acharyas, the divine blessings. So in 77, when the patron saint who nurtured us, who guided us, Puja Sri Jayendra Saraswati Swamigal, gave us this opportunity to start charitable healthcare activity, which later in 1985 blossomed into an eye care activity. I just want to share with all my friends over here. Both myself and Radha went to Kanchipuram in the year 1985 to seek the blessings of the Paramacharya with the plan of the hospital, the Coimbatore hospital. Early in the morning we were standing in the queue and our turn came and I placed the plan, our முன்னாடி இந்த பிளானை வைக்கும் பொழுது சொல்லுன்னு சொன்னார். நான் எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணினேன். கண்ணை மூடிட்டு கொஞ்சம் கழிச்சு, ஆஸ்பத்திரியா, கண்ணாஸ்பத்திரியா, என் பேர் இல்லையா, அவரோட பேர் என் பேர் இல்லையா அப்படின்னு கேட்டுட்டு மறுபடியும் கொஞ்சம் கண்ணை மூடிட்டு இருந்தார். அப்புறம் கண்ணை திறந்து காலங்காத்தால நல்ல விஷயத்தை காதில் போட்டேன். மனசுக்கு எதமாக இருக்குது. அந்த பிளானை தூக்கி அவரோட தரையில் வச்சுட்டு சிரசில் வச்சுட்டு அப்புறம் அந்த பிளானை வச்சு ஒரு ஃப்ரூட் வச்சு கொடுத்தார். That was the beginning. So from then on, the movement to become a pan-India movement and serve millions. So Dr. Rajasekaran, as we have expectations, sometimes it matches with the developments. We may or may not get the opportunity, but God has different plans and we get in something perhaps which is slightly better than what we had visualized ourselves. So that's what happened.
Sir, in the minds of every young medical student, the big question is towards the path of success. Is it hard work, is it planning, or is it destiny? Because I heard you say destiny, Radha madam said destiny. So we are all telling everybody hard work and passion. So how do you match this hard work, your plans and destiny? What do you have to say for younger generation?
There is no substitute for hard work. Hard work can never be replaced. I was just told this, the little master, Sachin Tendulkar. When he went for the last match which he played, it was not even a kind of a standard recognized match. It was some friendly match with some club. The previous day, for that particular match, I believe, he spent almost 2 hours practicing batting at the end of his career. So there is no substitute for hard work. Successful people are those who have put in hard work. Well, planning, hard work, a team, developing a team, the process, everything has to be there, and ultimately with divine blessings it gets completed. To the next generation, let us not compromise on our hard work, because that alone pays.
Thank you, sir. So what you have achieved in medicine is huge, but it's not by your person, but you have built an institution. You have created a sustainable model, and also a model which you have replicated across the country, which is impossible for most medical persons. So you are not only a medical person but also a businessman, not in the business sense of it, but institutional management. But you are not a management person. So how did you get these skills, which is very rare in medical people?
Dr. Rajasekaran, actually, some of my friends here, sitting here, would know, whenever Acharya used to come here to our hospital, in the meetings he used to make a comment. Here is Ramani, who is an MBA without an MBA. That's what he used to say. He used to humorously say an MBA without an MBA. Not that I had so much of a management skill at the time, but nevertheless, I had wonderful colleagues from whom I could learn a lot. I could learn a lot, starting from our chairman. I could learn from everybody some bit of it. So we created a very robust organization structure. A very robust organization structure with almost 9 board members. Under them we said, let us have a steering council of eminent people, close friends of mine, who are all leaders in their profession. The bottom line being as passionate about Shankara as much as I am. So under that, we have a leadership council, our second line, dynamic younger generation, homegrown with the same passion. So this kind of an organized structure, and the team in Shankara, I'm really proud. Some of the best people who are there with me, trying to do their best, 100% committed and dedicated. We brought in a lot of process and systems. One of our close friends by name Srivatsan, he came in and said, let us bring in, without losing out on the passion process, as much as any of the corporates would do, we brought in process and systems. So with all this put together, we could replicate in different parts of the country. But one thing which we always tell every single Shankara family member is not to lose out on the humility. Humility is the essence of life. ஏறுவோர் அனைவரையும் குனிந்து வரச் சொல்கின்றது, இறங்குவோர் அனைவரையும் நிமிர்ந்து செல்லச் செய்கின்றது. மலை சொன்னது, பணிந்து வாழ்ந்தால் உயர்ந்து போவாய், நிமிர்ந்து தெரிந்தால் இறங்கி போவாய். Being humble, whether he is a top surgeon heading a department, a specialty, or an administrator, we said, be humble and simple, you can reach greater heights.
So that was fantastic. So you also talked about passion. I can understand your passion. I can also understand if Radha madam behind you as passion motivated. But how many people you have in your team now?
We have 1,800 people working for Shankara across the country.
So 1,800 people spread across 10 different states. The biggest problem we all face is to infuse the same culture into one institution in one city. It's a big challenge for us. How did you bring the same culture and motivation in 10 different states and so many different people?
Yeah, this is a challenge. It's a challenge. Because in India, every state is a different country. The language is different, their socio-economic status is different, their expectations are different. So to bring them together and infuse that Shankara work culture is a very challenging one. And for that we have our own capacity building arm called Shankara Academy of Vision. Right from the doctor to the administrator to the staff and the paramedical staff, we make sure that they are groomed the Shankara way. They are taken in at least 18 months before the new hospital gets inaugurated into our payroll and they are trained. As far as doctors are concerned, our leading consultants make sure that all of them are trained as best professionals with ethical values in their mind. And subsequently down below, credit goes to rather all these the vision care technicians, +2 pass girls from the villages, from the surrounding area, brought here to Coimbatore. And they learn not only the technology, but also the work culture. In those 18 months, by the time the hospital is ready over there, they go back to work with the same culture. So this is something which is happening. Our HR department is very strong. So the HR head again makes sure that everyone is brought into the Shankara work culture. I am proud of my leadership council, 4 of them, young, dynamic, and in their own vertical they make sure that this Shankara work culture is infused into everybody.
So 1,800 people, it's a big team, but the leader is very important. I mean, like they say, it's more important, an army led of 1,000 sheep led by a tiger is more powerful than an army of 1,000 tigers led by a sheep. So you must be infusing a lot of enthusiasm and inspiration into people. Who has been your inspiration? We all know it's Radha Madam, but I mean, apart from that, who is your inspiration? Role model from your point of view?
Well, I have had role models at different phases of my life. And right now, I have an open mind to accept and imbibe the positive values from everybody with whom I move forward. So from each one, I can keep on enumerating. Perhaps most of the people sitting here, I would have taken 1 or 2 good values from them.
Top 5. Tell us the top 5.
Maybe should I start with you? I know.
I'll take it as humor, but let's start with the real.
It is not.
So you can start with the person who was from your young age.
My first inspiration was my father. Appallam, Coimbatore, அவர் வந்து 1931 ப்ராக்டிஸ் ஆரம்பித்தார் டாக்டர் ராமநாதன். கோயம்புத்தூரில் டவுன் டவுன் ஏரியாவில் டாக்டர் சண்முகநாதன் நோஸ் ஒரு வீட்டுக்கு முன்னாடி ஒரு திண்ணை இருக்கும். அப்போல்லாம் டிவி கிடையாது. ஸோ பீப்புள் டிடன்ட் ஹேவ் எனி அதர் பாஸ் டைம். ஸோ தே ஹேவ் டு சிட் தேர், டாக் டு தி பர்சன், நெய்பர் and all things like that. நான் வந்து as an elementary school student, as I used to go with my father, அந்த காரை பார்த்த உடனே அந்த திண்ணையில் உட்காந்துருக்கெல்லாம் எந்திரிச்சு நிற்பாங்க. That is a kind of a respect they gave to this medical profession. So as a student, elementary school student, I felt if at all I will only become a doctor. So and the first inspiration came my father. Next was my teachers. I had some of the wonderful teachers in Manipal where I got groomed. My teachers, their values and the way they were carrying themselves, that did. Coimbatore, Major Rao, again fatherly figure, who was one of the co-trustees with me as a founder trustee. He's another person who really inspired me. So subsequently, as I moved forward, there are quite a few of this. Nammala Vasudhaiva Kudumbagam சொல்லி நம்ம பேசுறோம். Chandrai, அவருக்கு கோயம்புத்தூருக்கு சம்மந்தமே கிடையாது. ஆனால் he joined me in the year 1990 and said, let us do for the country, let us do for Coimbatore. இன்னி வரைக்கும் as a partner he is working with us. அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு பீப்புள்லாம் தேர் ஆல் ரோல் மாடல்ஸ். எங்களோட சீஃப் பேட்ரன் Sri G.V. Ishwar. Unfortunately, we miss him a lot. However, the joy of giving, what is joy of giving? We talk about joy of giving. He's someone who showed us joy of giving is the best thing that can happen to anybody in their life. Our chairman SVP, meticulous planning. ஒரு காரியத்தை நாளை தள்ளிப்படக்கூடாது, இந்த நிமிஷம்னா இந்த நிமிஷமே அதை பண்ணி முடிக்கணும். That is the kind of this thing. I have Dr. P.G. Vishwanathan sitting here. எப்படி குவாய்ட்டாக சிம்பிளாக இருந்துட்டு one can achieve so much. I don't know, அவர் பேசுறது கூட நம்ம காதில் விழாது. That is so simple and humble. That is something which I learned a lot from him. Dr. S.V.K. is there. So all of them have taught me something or other in my. So I have I'm fortunate that I have a lot of role models with me.
So lastly, what has been your reward? Because now life, everybody talks about rewards and returns. I mean, your life has been full of service, but for a journey of 42 years, I saw on the slide, something must have been motivating you all around and rich reward. So what has been your reward in this journey?
A reward is something, நம்ம என்ன காரியம் பண்ணாலும் சின்னதோ பெருசோ இது பண்ணால் what is the result? That is the reward. நல்லா வந்ததுன்னா I'm happy. So it's a basic thing what we expect. The common denominator in our human experience is that all of us would like to get validated. We would like to be understood by people. In the situation இந்த மாதிரி ஒரு award கிடைச்சா கூட beyond that there are many more rewards which we have had. The first one is the anugrama of the acharya, which we could get very close to them and அவங்களோட அனுகிரகம். ரெண்டாவது, an opportunity to build such a huge extended Shankara family. கோயம்புத்தூர் எடுத்துக்கோங்க, country எடுத்துக்கோங்க, across in United States, such a huge extended Shankara family, an opportunity. Then a chance to build a pan-India movement across the country and perpetuate it. That is yet another reward. Above all, the reward which we get from the millions of our patients. 1996, a child by name Baby Michael from the Bargur forest. The child did not have vision in both the eyes. He lost his mother soon after the birth. And the குழந்தைக்கு we did a transplant, corneal transplant. And third day after the surgery, after the bandages were removed, the child was inside the room. Believe me, my dear friends, the child was sitting there on the cot. He was keeping his hand in front of his operated eye and he was just moving it up and down. The child was seeing light and movement for the first time in his life. That is the reward. Millions and millions will not give the satisfaction. ஒரு குழந்தைக்கு பார்வை கொடுக்கும்போது next 85 years, 90 years productive life. ஒரு adultக்கு பார்வை கொடுத்தா we make them as the breadwinner of the family. ஒரு elderly coupleக்கு பார்வை கொடுத்தா we make them independent for the day-to-day life. They don't have to strain other breadwinners. So giving vision, that gift of God, and the results what we get perhaps is the best reward and blessings.
S.V. sir is looking at me, so probably he says time is over, but I have to ask the last question. Sir, we heard such a fantastic journey that you have taken, your whole team. So what next for you?
Well, it's 42 years of whatever knowledge we have gained, the experience we have garnered, the expertise which we have accrued. We would like to share it for the rest of the country, maybe even other developing countries. So we need to reach out, and we also want the next generation to chip in and see. So basically in Shankara we strongly believe that humanity has to be celebrated, and we feel that as much as possible we should try to see that across the country. Coimbatore, Tamil Nadu, you go to Bihar, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Punjab, Rajasthan, not even Punjab, Rajasthan, it's pretty bad. And eye care illama, there are millions and millions of people. So we would like to share our experience for that benefit.
Thank you, sir. I don't know how many of you know. I mean, we have started as neighbors. So I was Dr. Ramani's neighbor when we were very small. We lived in opposite house, and when we were just having shorts and very much in school, my mother used to always say when Dr. Ramani comes back from Manipal, she'll say, Manipal doctor padikira uncle vandirukanga poi paathuட்டு vaanga. And நீ அந்த மாதிரி படிச்சு நீ நல்ல மெடிக்கல் காலேஜில் சேரணும். So he has been a great inspiration right from my school days, and it's personally such a wonderful feeling that I mean, little did we imagine that we'll be sitting together on a stage and be interviewed. That will be no great honor and happiness for me, sir. As everybody reflected here, I think Padma Bhushan and Padma Vibhushan should be next, because it reflects the collective work that your whole group is doing. So I pray God for that and long and healthy and happy life to Madam and also to you. And thank you very much for this.
Thank you, Dr. Rajasekaran.